All right, the time is here. The anticipation is up. I scheduled this about a week ago, 8 days, and I'm nervous. I'm nervous about it. So I'm going to take the Part 107 test, and if I pass, I'm going to share this with everybody about what I did to study for this and what I think is the best thing. I'm not going to give the same thing that a lot of the other videos are given where they remember a couple of the questions and why I stumped them and what they think the answers were and what they think the answer might be, because I don't think that helped me any. It seemed like all the questions that they were answering were really similar to what I was already studying anyway, so it didn't really help me to see what tripped them up, because from what I hear, there's a pool of 1,000 questions. They pull 60 of them, so you never know what you're really going to get. So I'm a little nervous about 15 minutes out, so I'll check back in just a little bit. Just got done with my test. It took me about 35 minutes and I passed. So I got a 90% and I'm happy with that. It gives you reference codes if you want to look up the very vague general knowledge of something you might have missed to give you more information on it, but it doesn't tell you exactly what it is. There's only a couple that I didn't recognize, so I couldn't even tell you which ones I got wrong. I could probably guess it if I saw them again, but I'm not gonna tell you about that one. Doesn't matter. So yeah, the best way that I studied is first 2024 practice test. This is test prep, and this is the best thing that you could possibly do for yourself. It's a Remote Pilot 2024 exam. It's on Amazon. I will put the link down there for it. It has everything from your regulations, airspace, weather, loading, performance, operations, and has all the figures that you'll see in the actual test. So you're going to be looking at them just the same way, and it is fantastic. Number two is the Practice Test Part 107 app. So I'm not sure if it's on Android, but it is on the Apple platform. I paid for the subscription. It is a free app, but if you pay for this subscription, it gives you a reason why you got it right or got it wrong. So if you don't want to pay for it, you don't have to, but it's just going to tell you the right answer, and it's not going to tell you why, which isn't really going to help you out, because you need to know at least some of the laws and regulations if you're going to be flying a drone for commercial use at all. You don't want to be flying in a controlled airspace near an airport and not know why it's a problem, So do that, get that. I took those tests a dozen times, 12, 14 times. I might have 12 hours of study time total in 8 days, and I got a 90. So I will get my license and I will start flying for money. I don't want to neglect some of the other videos that I watched. I started watching videos on YouTube, basically just searching Part 107 study guides for 2024. And everybody that I saw watch these same exact videos. Chelsea and Tony Northrup, it's a great video. It is about 6 years old, so the training is still good, and it still goes over how to read the charts and what to expect. A lot of the questions are the same that you're going to be seeing, but you still need to watch some of the newer things to get up-to-date information. I also watched the Part 107 study guide from Altitude University. It's a free video on here. He goes over stuff. I'll tell you now, if you're going to watch that, go ahead and put that in at least two times speed or 1.5 times speed, because he talks pretty slow, which it's good to understand if you need it, but it'll breeze you through a lot faster. It feels like you're watching a video for training, and that's the style that it's in, but those were very good starters before you get into the 107 study guide book and the app. I used PSI as my testing facility. It was a pretty straightforward website to go to, and it showed me where the closest places that I could go to take these tests, and mine was about 50 minutes away. It wasn't bad at all. They gave me a time frame that I could go and dates that were going to work for me. So I showed up on time, and the proctor was very nice, knowledgeable. It was easy to take it. There was one other guy in there with me, and he was doing an aviation test, so nobody else was in there taking the Part 107 with me. When you go there, you're allowed to take certain things, and then the proctor will give you certain things. I saw somebody said to take a magnifying glass. I was able to see the reports just fine. None of the charts were too small that I had to use it, but I did buy one, and I brought it, and it had a light on it. It would have been useful if I needed it, but I didn't. And I also brought a 4-function calculator, and I was not allowed to use it. They provided their own, and I wasn't allowed to bring my own in. So I guess you can bring one just in case, but they're probably going to provide it themselves and not allow you to bring anything outside in. Anyway, just in case. So the test wasn't difficult if you do your studying. If you do plan on taking the Part 107 tests, get that book off of Amazon. Again, I'll put it down in the description, the link to it, and get that Part 107 test app and use it. And with those, I'm sure you'll have no problem passing. I'm not the smartest guy, and I did just fine. So I believe in you, and good luck to everything you want to do.